So the WNBA social media, they just can't help themselves. They honestly just can't help themselves. At the end of the day, is this the biggest deal in the world? No. Of course not. It's not the biggest deal in the world. But they just, simply put, cannot, under any circumstances, help themselves. It's like from the start of the year, like we all know that at the very start of the year, they weren't meant to have said it, but they said it, that their goal was, you can see it from like the marketing people, their goal was, we are going to use the Caitlin Clark effect to promote other players because we don't actually think Caitlin Clark's going to be that good. They gave her the gauntlet schedule because they expected her to fail. They expected her to fail, but they expected after the gauntlet schedule for people to stop caring. But, you know, if people see Stewie dropping 30 or get her getting cooked by all these other players, they might stay for those other players. And it seems like nothing has changed. We saw we've seen, again, her name be misspelled plenty of times. We've seen, the wrong clips being shown. We've seen her clips being shown for Player of the Week and they gave it to Breanna. But this one is interesting. So, it is WNBA Assist Week. And who is the face of WNBA Assist Week? Chelsea Gray. And look, Chelsea Gray has never led the WNBA in assists. I get it, she can throw some flashy passes. But I'm sorry, nobody called Jason Williams a better passer than Steve Nash. Like, he just threw flashier passes. She's never averaged above 6 assists a game. And I'm not joking when I say she plays with A'ja Wilson. If you gave Caitlin Clark A'ja Wilson, Caitlin Clark would have averaged 14 assists a game last year. Like, if you gave her A'ja Wilson or trying to think, did she play with prime Candace Parker, if I'm not mistaken? I think she played with prime Candace Parker. Like, was she on that Sparks team? Yeah, she played with prime Candace Parker. She played with prime Neko Wumake. Caitlin Clark averages 14 assists a game with those players, to be honest. But, it is a bit of a strange one. And look, we know why this is. The WNBA, they want to promote anyone not named Caitlin Clark. There are times where they will promote Caitlin Clark when they have to. But when they don't have to, they will do everything they can to promote someone else. And, there are times that it's fine. And by the way, when you say top 10 dishes of the season, the best assist of the season is not a Caitlin Clark assist. It's a Kelsey Mitchell assist. The Caitlin Clark full court pass into the Kelsey Mitchell behind the back is the best assist of the season. I think if you're counting down the top 10 assists of the season, a couple of them are definitely Chelsea Gray. But, it is probably a combo of 2 to 3 Chelsea Gray, 2 to 3 Caitlin Clark, the Kelsey Mitchell one, and maybe some assists from other players. But still, in a year where the all-time assist record was broken, you've got neither. It was broken by 2 people. It was broken by 2 people. It wasn't just broken by one person. It was technically broken by more than one person. It was broken by Chelsea Gray, and it was broken by Caitlin Clark, and it was broken by Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas broke her previous year's assist record. Obviously, it was a little bit different with it doesn't even matter if you broke the previous record because you don't hold the record. But if you're even going to be talking about assists, if you're going to be trying to do historic things, where's Courtney Vandersloot? Courtney Vandersloot was second in the W in assists 2 years ago. Courtney Vandersloot has the record for most assists in a season. You see, lol. I say it again, putting Gray's picture here. This account is ran by an idiot. And this is anytime Chelsea Gray, and this is the one thing that really annoys me with Chelsea Gray, she was terrible this season. Chelsea Gray, I watched enough of the WNBA to know how good Chelsea Gray was for years. And to say that Chelsea Gray at her peak was better than Caitlin Clark is right now is not a crazy statement. I don't agree with it, but that is the level of that's the level of player that Chelsea Gray was. A Chelsea Gray at her best, especially when she stepped up in the playoffs, was one of the best players. Chelsea Gray sucked this year. She was terrible. But like Chelsea Gray would have a game where she's 1 of 7 from the field, has 3 assists, 3 turnovers, and would throw a behind the back pass for no apparent reason, and it would like connect, and they just scream point guard. Like the casual fans, just every time Chelsea Gray does anything, it's scream point guard. I'm not joking. They just like to scream point guard every time Chelsea Gray scores an open layup. Like her pass, she is. I will say she's probably better, not better. She's as good at making high degree of difficulty passes as Caitlin Clark, but I'm sorry, that doesn't mean anything. At the end of the day, like that is, it's not like she's not turnover prone either. Not quite as turnover prone as Caitlin Clark, but she's she's turnover prone. She at least was this season. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's one of those things where it's like I'm just looking at this and I'm like, always the WNBA. Every time they can post something where it's talking about, I can guarantee you that Caitlin Clark doesn't win best pass, and I can guarantee you that Kelsey Mitchell doesn't win it either. That was the best passing play we saw this year, was the Caitlin Clark to Kelsey Mitchell pass to Melissa Smith finish. That was the best play. That was probably the best play of the season. But yeah, look, it is what it is. We know what's happening, and they know as well it's going to cause engagement. You can see 101 replies. The problem is 358 likes. Like, I don't know if, like, this is a league that you don't need to have infamy anymore. Like, you're looking at these passes. I was about to say, I was like, Julie Van Loo is a serious passer. But you're looking at some of the great passes there. Like, they just showed that's a routine bounce pass. Like, Caitlin Clark makes that pass 17 times a game. I keep forgetting Julie Van Loo has definitely got some cool passes too. Oh, didn't know Phoebich had that one in her. But, yeah, like, you're seeing there 361 likes. It's a post that probably could have had a lot more likes than 361. But, you know, their goal is to cause outrage. I don't know. The WNBA doesn't even need to cause outrage anymore. There's enough good players. It's just when we're talking about assists, when you're talking literally about assists week, and you don't put the person who has set the all-time assist record, who literally, if she had tried in the second half of the All-Star game, she almost set the all-time All-Star assist record at halftime. She sat herself out of that game because Enrique was going off. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's WNBA social media. They're confusing. They're just very, very confusing. Let's be real. They're very confusing.